political theater or progress.
Take your political theater to Texas.
This is not about political theater.
And it was more political theater than anything.
It's nothing more than pure political theater.
It's pure political theater.
Guys, welcome. It's Tuesday, 7 o'clock on the East Coast. That means it's time for Political Theater with Dr. T. We got the new intro. I teased it a while ago, the music, but I brought it back because my son, Maestro Black, is back home from college, and I'm very excited. Matter of fact, I forgot to tell him to feed the cats. I'll do that in a second. Welcome to Political Theater with Dr. T. I am your host, Dr. T. Love seeing folks in the chat. You always know when you come in, definitely hit that like button. Definitely subscribe if you're new here. You like it? I'm so glad that you guys like it. You like the intro? Okay, just give the kid some validation. You know what I mean? It was you saying it was fire. I gotta let him know. He doesn't know it's fire. So you know they like that. You know, I'll let him know. Hey, I like it. Welcome everybody. We're here. We got a lot to talk about today. I'm gonna bring he's still here.
Hey,
Gonna bring our guy, Dr. Hall, to the stage.
hey, how's it going?
Dr. Hall.
Yes,
How are you?
doing okay. Can't complain. I had a relatively relaxing weekend.
Oh
So,
yeah. What'd you get into? It was Memorial Day weekend. What'd you get into?
we have this thing in Cincinnati called the Taste of Cincinnati, so I went down to that and sampled some goods with my daughter. And Memorial Day, I did what Black people do. I pulled out the grill and smoked some meats, and
Oh, how was the
made some
weather?
chicken legs. Weather was just good enough for me to do that. We had rain most of the weekend, but
Yeah.
it brightened up when there was time to do those things. So
Yeah, no, we had rain most of the weekend here and most of the morning. But
Mm.
as soon as that rain cleared, these white folks had them grills out. They was
yeah,
ready.
no,
They were
I was out there.
sitting by the window waiting just
Yeah.
for the rain to stop.
There you go. Because it was Memorial Day weekend. You're supposed to be out grilling. I was out doing my unk thing.
Chad had his grill ready.
Yeah,
He got it for Christmas.
it's what you do.
This was the moment.
Yeah. Had
Broke
two
it out.
smokers going.
Broke it out.
Yeah.
All I smelled was the charcoal. I ain't smell no good meat.
Mm.
So welcome everybody. This is Political Theater with Dr. T. Dr. T and Dr. H.
Hey there.
Should I change the title?
Hmm?
Should we change the title?
Change the title.
Yeah,
I mean, it's your show.
you're right. And just for the women of the world, I don't think that I need to add to you because
No need.
you're a guest in this
I am.
space as a
I
man.
am. I will not put my feet on the table.
Look at that. We love to see
No
it.
shoes on the couch.
There's a lot going on, Dr. Hall.
So much going on.
I mean, we could say that, and it's like, it's really interesting. First of all, guys, I keep looking down and I'm scratching. You can't see this, but the mosquitoes got me. They got me. I went outside, armed, sun's out, guns out,
Mm-hmm.
and they got me. They just,
Mm.
they love the sugar in the blood.
As Gary said, you're too sweet. You're too
I'm a
sweet.
big girl. I got
Mhm.
sugar. I got the sugar. They love the sugar.
Mm-hmm.
So tore me up, and I'm sitting
There
here
you
like,
go. Oh. Is a lot of the working on the garden or just sitting outside?
just sitting outside,
Mm.
being fat, black, and happy.
There you go.
Went and got my nails done. They're cut down. I look like a dude.
Okay.
It's impressive.
That's not what I see, but sure.
Yeah, it's oppressive. Dr. T, will you be sharing your thoughts on the movie Is God Is? No, this is a political show. I don't discuss film here. So
Check out Professor Cinephile for thoughts on movies.
It's coming. I had a conversation with my homegirl and colleague, Dr. Deanna Daniels, and we agreed to have a conversation on record to talk about it because
you have thoughts?
She's one of the only other people I think that watched the film the way that I did. I mean, of course, she is a professor of African American studies and religion, and she studies horror and Black horror and cinema and things like that. So, and again, this is not to be disrespectful to anybody or like that. Everybody's going to watch and consume art in their own ways. But as somebody who actually developed a film theory and method for analyzing cinema, I don't have the best conversations with folks who are not. So, and I realized that there, and you know, that's actually a really good thing that we can actually talk about. Is there was actually, you know, this conversation about, you know, supporting Black cinema, and so Boots Riley just released another film. Riley from the group The Coup is, you know, transitioned into making films. Very, very, very brilliant guy. Like, I mean, politically conscious. Like, Boots Riley is just a smart man. Like, you know, when I listen to him, you know, he be speaking. I mean, he's limited because he's a man, so he said some stupid things, but men can't actually help that. But
hey, it's testosterone.
For the most part, I rock with Boots Riley. And he creates what folks have been calling, you know, Afro surrealism and films and things like that. I'm on the label, I get it, but I'm still like, but he's not for everyone. I mean, no one is ever for anyone.
No art is for everyone.
And so I think about these conversations that we have about Black cinema, and a lot of the things we're talking about, we don't talk about when it comes to other people's films. We don't allow for the diversity and the flexibility of things, unfortunately, right? And so one of the things that keeps coming up is like, you know, he's been telling people, go see it, because if you don't, they'll pull it from the theaters. He's not wrong, right?
No, that is absolutely the truth.
Yeah, I just want to say also, you're sticking a bit, you're freezing. So I don't know if you need to close some of those tabs just a little bit. You keep freezing a little bit, but anyway, this idea, this scarcity mindset that like, if we don't go and support it, you know, they won't make more like this, or they'll pull it. And he's not wrong that they will pull it from the theaters if it's not popping off. But they do that with other films too. Like, I know that a lot of folks think, you know, it's specific to Black folks. And it may feel like that if the only films you actually go to the theaters to see are films by Black folks, right? But this happens across the board. As I go to movies all the time, like at any given time that I'm like posting on social media, I could be at the theater, right? But they remove those films too. If you don't go see them, that they snatch them right out. Yeah, and so they get more chances to make the same film over and over. Okay, but let's remember they are the majority of the population in this country. That's the other thing that I think that folks lose sight of. Black people are like what? Not, but a little over 13% of the population.
Around about 13, give or take. 13% of the U.S. population. We spend a lot of money though. We spend
a lot of money.
We dump our money right back into the
outside of our communities. Absolutely. And that's another conversation. Another conversation. But if we're 13% of the films that are in the theaters, right? Wouldn't that be parity?
Ultimately, yes.
Okay. So are people seeking overrepresentation?
I mean, quite possibly. The people who make these statements aren't actually looking at the numbers of films coming out. They're just seeking probably. I mean, there's inherently a bias in the question. I would like there to be more films. And I think one of the things that's always frustrated me, literally for my entire lifetime, is, you know, I grew up in the 80s and 90s when we would seek representation and we'd be told, well, the only color we care about is green, which by itself is an implicit sort of support for the idea that the audience is racially biased. And so we have no responsibility to create diverse art and cinema, that the audience will vote with their dollar. And by doing that, they're going to reject Black cinema. Like, I think we're often fighting the unfairness of the system without actually examining what the system has provided, can provide. And it, you know, we've always sort of been behind the 8 ball in that regard, because there is a higher consequence for our failures in the public and economic sphere than there is for other groups. So I think that's where that frustration comes from.
But what if it's not accurate, Dr. Hall? What if it's not rooted in
What's accuracy?
So right. So my
it's an emotional plea more than it is a legitimate
than anything kind of rooted in like what's real, because the reality is that we continue to seek validation through a mainstream that is dominated by white people, as you kind of talking about, right?
Yeah.
And so the question for me is always why? Why is that so important, right? So of course I know all the answers. I could see the spectrum of the answers, right? And they're like literally valid across the board. But also we have to interrogate why the Academy Award is more important than the NAACP Image Award. Why, you know what I mean? Why is the Grammy more important than the BET Award, right? Because we want our experiences to be validated by the mainstream, because we are still 400 years later clamoring for acceptance by the people who enslaved us and continue to subjugate us.
Yes, they got the power.
It is weird, right? And when you say something like they have the power, Dr. Hall, like power of what?
Of the imagination.
No, they don't.
Are you sure?
You keep freezing. I need you to like.
I don't know what it is on my side.
But it'd be great.
Oh, I'm seeing it now, though. I see it.
Yeah, it'd be great if you could leave, maybe restart your computer. I'll talk about this, and then you come back, because I'm the expert on this, and you do that. Can you do that? Thank you. Okay. All right. Sorry, folks. It's getting on my nerves. My ADD brain is crazy. I talk about this a bit in my research and in my writing about how the power of the moving image. It is, one of the most powerful mediums that we have. And part of why is because of the literacy issues, right? We used to just read books when we wanted information to be entertained. We wanted to learn about other cultures, things like that. We just read books. We read books, we read newspapers, we read magazines, we read, those are the things that we looked at. We looked at, photographs and things like that. But as literacy has declined, the moving image really becomes one of the only vehicles we have to tell these stories, right? And as I talk about, as it relates to Black mothers, in my theory of the liberated maternal, is that we can actually alleviate a lot of the stresses and the problems that Black mothers have if we change the image of Black mothers. And the best way to do that is through the moving image, through film and television, right? So for me, in that regard, it is important that what we produce represents us in ways that are not harmful, that are not gratuitous, that actually affirm real experiences. A lot of time, of course, movies are going to be biased and things like that, but it's like, yeah, we can do that. So people are not reading, so of course they're going to go to the movies. So that's one of the reasons why Black people really cling to this idea of like wanting to see their films on these big screens represented in the mainstream. However, that still begs for white people to tell our stories, to support our stories, to push our stories, to fund our stories. We have money in our communities. We have the means to produce these films and tell our stories and to even distribute them. Why? We have streaming. Okay. And that's a point that I made when, the comedian Kev on Stage was talking about this. And I was just like, he was saying that people were complaining, oh, if they make us sinners, it's not going to make 10 more sinners. And I'm like, yeah, but you guys are not even watching the Black horror films that we have out right now. And people are like, oh, which ones? You got to go online. You got to watch them online. And that's the same for white films. And that's why I try to say it's not all that different, because there's so many white independent films that never make it to the mainstream. They're on YouTube, Netflix, if you're lucky, Hulu, Amazon Prime, what have you, Criterion Collection, Screen Picks. Like there's so many things that you Shudder, right? Like that's where all the horror is. Go watch it. But the thing is, people don't want to go seek that. They don't want to go look for that. They want it handed to them, right? And I'm not mad at somebody saying, I want to go to a theater and I want to get my popcorn and I want to watch, I want to see this up here. But also, don't act like the movies are not being made. They are being made. you're not watching them. And as a Black cinephile, as somebody who studies this is like what my research is about. This is an area that I really love. Okay, you can turn it off. Okay, thank you so much. Welcome back, Dr. Hall.
Hey.
It really bothers me that people will always complain. It's the same thing as like, oh, I'm tired of trauma porn. First of all, what the hell is trauma porn? Shut up. Like, I don't even know what you're talking about. But second, it's like, what do you mean you're tired of it? No one's forcing you to watch anything. Yeah. And I know for a fact, looking at the numbers, that you're not watching this stuff.
Right.
So what exactly are you complaining about?
I think once again, it speaks to a lack of imagination from the audience. And this isn't to diss the national audience, but like, people want to be spoon-fed. We are used to these. They've created devices now that spoon feed us the information they believe is most important via algorithms.
Yeah.
And so that argument keeps coming up because people are just making the argument over and over again. And so people are parroting. So many people are parroting opinions. And I think, you know, when you look at people like, say, Kev on Stage and other creators, I can see where they're frustrated. Like, hey, I would like to see my type of stuff greenlit. I think Kev on Stage is a good example in that he creates his own products. He produces his own shows and things like that. Like if more of us were doing that, then there would be more out there.
We all know.
Yeah.
That's my point, Dr. Hall, is that, and I'd say we can't have that same conversation in the current landscape. I could see if this was the variety. 90s, right? Like I could see if this was the 90s and, you know, people were just like, well, I can't get put on. Everybody's getting put on. But also we didn't have YouTube and all this stuff like that. Issa Rae exists because she took the initiative to pick up a phone and start recording herself, right? Feminista Jones exists because I used to stand in my bathroom and talk to my camera and put those videos on YouTube. There's a video I made almost 20 years ago that people are still commenting on, right? To this day. Like that's the creativity, that's the imagination. And now we have more access than ever. And like I said in this video that I put out yesterday, the Gina Davis Institute for Research found that Black women have reached parity. We have equal representation in film and television. So my question is, what more do you want?
More.
When you're not supporting what already exists.
There is that.
Dr. Hall, have you seen the film Parallel?
I have not.
No, of course not. Because people talk about they want sci-fi films. Aldous Hodge, right? You love him, right?
Which one is that? Hey, which one is that?
You haven't seen Parallel with Aldous Hodge? Oh, wow. Look at that. See
no,
what
wait,
I'm
is that the one
about?
where is that the clone one?
What?
There's a clone Aldous Hodge one. Is that
Aldous Hodge? Like where they're moving through parallel universes.
Oh no, I haven't seen that one.
Oh, you haven't seen that? Yeah, no. They're going. Yeah. So this is what I'm saying. It's like, and I don't mean to call you out. Of course, I mean to call you out because I can do that. But like, I'm just using an example.
Yeah.
Like I loved that film. It has its issues, but I mean, I love that it was made.
Yeah.
Right. The film exists, and people are like, "Oh, I want more Black sci-fi." It's right there.
Yeah.
You know, you can watch it.
I mean, there's a lot of noise now.
After they cloned Tyrone, you know, everybody's like, "Oh, that's so great, so great." So many people still haven't seen that film. It's been like 2 years now, 3 years, and some people still haven't seen the film. And so you can't say you want more sci-fi, and then you don't support when it gets made, right? But then you want to come and complain and say all they make is slave movies, and which is not true, right? Every time somebody says that, I'm just like, shut up, you don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
But that's not true. But I just find it audacious that people can fix their mouths to complain about, you know, what movies get made and they're gonna take it out of. You don't go watch it, and you don't even have to go to the theaters anymore. You can actually just turn on your television because you subscribe to all of these, right? Or watch it on your phone. You subscribe to all these things. And you know, people talk down, but like somebody said, you know, people talk down about streaming, but why would we talk down about streaming in a time when technology rules everything?
It is the primary way people watch things now.
It's the primary way people watch. They don't go to the movies anymore. That's why the movies
theaters in the same way. Yeah.
That's why they get yanked so quick and put right on. Like, what are you talking about? A film that just came out 2 months ago is now available on Amazon Prime. Like,
it's crazy.
It's because people are not going to the movies.
Yeah.
So what is the complaint here? Like, I don't think people even know what they're complaining about.
I think they're just complaining to complain. Once again, you have this device in your palm that you can use to spit out complaints. and humans tend to complain more than we praise. So that's
They
one of
want-
those parroted complaints.
They wanted from Get Out. They wanted another, they got Sinners after that.
Mhm.
Like people want these blockbuster Black films.
Yeah,
And like, I get it.
absolutely.
Don't act like we don't have them. Don't act like Black people aren't actually making those films. Ava DuVernay was the first Black woman to get $100 million budget to make A Wrinkle in Time. Y'all didn't go see it.
Nobody saw that.
It flopped.
It did hard.
I went to see it, and it flopped hard.
Yeah.
Nia DaCosta made 28 Days Later, Bone Temple, an amazing film. Flopped. When I talk about amazing film, it's all support Black women and support Black filmmakers until it's time to go see that. Oh, it's so scary. So you just went to see, you saw Sinners. You saw Is God Is. You're okay with the grotesque and the horror.
I mean, there's an audience for it.
But when it comes to Black women directors, that's my issue. Is that we will flock to support a Ryan Coogler, Fuqua, F. Gary Gray. We'll support them. But literally, Black women, okay, Nia DaCosta, Marvels, 28 Days Later.
Yeah.
Hedda, right?
Yeah. Did you also do Candyman?
She did Candyman. Like, this is a woman who is literally being given keys to the Hollywood kingdom.
Yeah.
And where are the Black people supporting that?
Not enough support.
But then they'll come back later and say, oh, they don't do that. They don't give us this. They don't give us that.
It's easy to complain from the cheap seats.
It is. So,
Way easier than trying to do a thing.
I'm just sorry. Like, I'm not accepting.
You have strong feelings.
I do have strong feelings, but I'm also not accepting ignorance. I'm not accepting people to be upset about things that are not true.
That's the Dr. T brand right there. She does not accept ignorance.
I do not.
That should be a t-shirt.
Everybody keeps giving me t-shirt ideas. And I'm just like, yeah, I'm going to do that.
Okay.
There was one I'm going to make. I made it yesterday. It was a thing that said, I'm a real ass nigga behind this phone. That one is getting made.
That one? There you go.
And the Pride ones, I released part of the Pride ones. I didn't release because I haven't announced it, but I was able to upload. It took me an hour to upload the lesbian ones. So I do have some lesbian Pride merch on the website. There
you go.
I'm getting there with the rest of it, guys. It's just super, super busy for me. But anyway, let's get into the news.
Let's get into the news.
Speaking of technology and niggas, let's talk about the Pope.
The Pope. Wait, I thought he was not a nigga.
Oh, Dr. Hall, let's talk about it.
Let's talk about it.
All right. What did he do? I feel like
he apologized for something.
What did he do? So the Pope Leo, Chi-Town's finest, who got in trouble for denying and hiding cases of sexual assault by the church in South America. You know, he wrote this encyclical. Dr. Hall, do people watching know what encyclical means?
No, I don't know what an encyclical is.
Well, like, here we go, that teachable moment.
Hey, there you go. What's an encyclical?
It's a papal document.
Oh, it's just a letter.
It ain't nothing serious.
It's the thing he writes up.
Yeah. So it's a whole thing. I'll actually, you know what? When I should edit the description later and put the link to it, or you could just go and look it up. And in the encyclical, he talks about a lot of things. Now, I just want everybody to be clear. The encyclical is very long, and it's primarily about war and technology and things like that, right? And I thought it was interesting because, you know, I of course, that's how, you know, I'm gonna
read the whole thing.
I'm gonna read the whole thing.
You read the articles.
I do read the articles.
Also a t-shirt.
I do. That is a t-shirt you can find on my website.
Yeah.
So this one is called the Magnifica Humanitas, right? And you don't have to know Latin to figure out that it is focusing on the human condition.
Yes.
And there's a lot of things that are coming out of this. I took some notes, Dr. Hall. Okay. Nerd. So on the points of AI, and this is where the slavery part comes in, right?
Okay.
He is warning against AI becoming a tool to subordinate us or to subjugate us, right? And he's saying that AI is on the verge, if not already, corroding our human moral judgment, our community life, our ways of being with each other, how we connect with each other, and it's starting to control it. And he warns against the algorithms, automation, all those kinds of things, because he says that we're allowing the machines to define human value.
Well,
this is big, right?
It's a bar.
He's saying more about AI than so many others, but the reason why others are, he doesn't stand to profit from AI, so he can say what he wants.
Hey,
right? All the people
he profits, but not from AI.
But not from AI, right? But from all the people that profit from it, of course, they're not going to say these things, right?
Yeah, can't
so one of the things, if you're familiar with the Bible, he brings in the Tower of Babel story.
Well, there you go.
You're a preacher's kid, right?
Yep.
You remember the Tower of Babel?
Of course I remember the Tower of Babel.
Okay.
They decided they wanted to all get together and build a tower, and God was like, hey, you too much unity. We gotta separate you. You think you're me. So he dumbfounded them, made them all speak different languages, and nobody could understand each other. It's a whole thing.
Why would God do that?
I mean, this is Old Testament God. He was smiting left and right.
Why would God be against?
Hey, you get too big for your britches. Don't be trying to reach heaven. Don't be trying to reach heaven. You can make
except this the funny thing about that is that it's completely opposite of the principles of Ma'at, which and the principles across the continent of Africa that emphasize unity and community and things like that, right? Socialism, all those great things. Makes sense that the men would write this Tower of Babel story.
Yeah.
Y'all need to be separate and fight and that. Right. But anyway, he brings that in, and he's saying that we might possibly have a new Tower of Babel, right?
AI. I mean, there's a sermon in there.
Yeah, no, it's definitely it's very big. He talks a lot about labor and workers. And so the popes, especially of his ilk, tend to be very much about the poor, right? They're always about the laborers, the exploited workers, the poor, and things like that. So he does go a lot into that. Again, all this is kind of tied in because his overall thing is that if we're not careful, AI is going to enslave us all. We're going to lose our humanity. The most exploited people will be further subjugated, and we will lose our moral compass because we would have outsourced it. That's what the whole thing is about. Yeah. But where slavery comes into it is like there's this moment where he recognizes that, it's kind of hypocritical for me to talk about me condemning slavery without acknowledging the role, right, that the Catholic Church has had in it. And so, just a quick history lesson, Dr. Hall, that's what we do. Do it. I always talk about how people should know Pope Nicholas V, right? Pope Nicholas V. They should know the Dum Diveras. The Dum Diveras, the Doctrine of Discovery or whatever, was a document that came out that basically by the Pope basically said that let's see, hold on, no, I'm just trying to get my words out. I had it open. Because I had it open in another thing. Anyway, summary of it is he says that the Portuguese can go and they can explore and they can go into Africa. And because the Portuguese had already brought back people that they had captured on the continent. We're not talking what we would consider Swana or Northern Africans or whatever. They were in what we call sub-Saharan Africa. And even though that's a misnomer, we know what we're talking about when we say that, right? But they had actually gone deep into the continent and they brought people back. And they brought them back having traded, purchased, or whatever back at the time. So again, when people talk about, slavery was already there, we know that because the Arabs came in the 600s and began the enslavement and invasion of Africa and began trafficking Africans, right? And so the Arabs started that in the 600s, right? And we're talking about the 1400s. We're talking about 800 years already of that kind of trafficking and slavery, but also within the groups that were already there. I don't say tribes, that is a colonial term, but within the groups of people that were already there, there were systems of bondage, there were systems of indentured servitude, we're always going to talk about this, and they say, "Oh,
Yeah.
we own people sold each other." It's a nuanced conversation, but anyway,
Very.
the church comes and says specifically, and I need to put a punctuation on this.
Mm-hmm.
The Arabs had spread Islam too fast and too far, and the continent of Africa was ripe for, everything. Richest continent on the planet to this day, okay, because of natural resources, right?
Yeah.
And so the church recognizes with this newfangled thing, Islam, like 900 years after Islam comes about, that they're spreading it across this continent that has more people than we thought.
Yeah.
They're spreading Islam via trafficking and domination and violence and all those things.
Yeah.
They're like, I give you permission to go and take down the infidels and Christianize the savages, right?
Yes.
I try to tell my indigenous cousins that the idea of savages predates them discovering the New World. They were calling African savages first. Anybody who was not Christian was called a savage.
The heathens and the savages.
They were heathens and savages. And so Pope Nicholas V comes with Dum Divorce, I believe in 1440. So let me just open it because I have it.
I did not know there would be math.
No, there's math. There's two parts to it. There was 1452. The papal bull, the Dum Divorce, June 18th, 1452. And this is what he says. I got it. Anybody want to hear this? Okay. A little bit of history lesson. This is all political, though. It's all part of politics because, oh my gosh, voter
religion and
suppression.
politics go hand in
hand. We weighing all and singular the premises with the due meditation and noting since that we have formerly by other letters of ours granted among other things free and ample faculty to the aforesaid King Alfonso to invade, search out, capture, vanquish, and subdue all Saracens and pagans whatsoever and other enemies of Christ wheresoever placed, and the kingdoms, dukedoms, principalities, dominions, possessions, and all movable and immovable goods whatsoever held and possessed by them, and to reduce their persons to perpetual slavery. And to apply and appropriate to himself and his successors the kingdoms, dukedoms, counties, principalities, dominions, possessions, and goods, and to convert them to his and their use and profit. By having secured the said faculty, the said King Alfonso, or by his authority, the aforesaid Infante, justly and lawfully has acquired and possessed and doth possess these islands, lands, harbors, and seas, and they do of right belong and pertain to the said King Alfonso and his successors.
Did he say everything the light touches?
Everything the goddamn light touches
is yours.
Is yours, King Alfonso.
Forever.
You can take it all.
God says so.
Perpetual slavery.
Perpetual.
Right. And so I think that gets lost a lot of times in the conversation too, because when people try to distinguish between chattel slavery in the New World and specifically what became the United States, they're like, oh, it's a different system. This was perpetual by already talking about perpetual slavery. Okay, folks, y'all keep trying to parse this shit out and you don't need to. It's right there.
Right.
Perpetual
forever
slavery.
And ever.
So now I'm a little bit slow.
Amen.
Hold on. Let me close that. So that was the first one. Then another one comes out a little bit later and kind of reiterates this. And basically that's where it began. And so it's the Catholic Church who sends this command.
Set off the whole thing.
And again, Portugal, we know, does not get the smoke they deserve, even though they were the worst of the worst enslavers, traffickers, everything.
Brutalizers.
Oh, you just read about him because I always mention he needs to be a household name.
Yeah.
Okay. And so if you understand how all of that worked, our conditions right now, Dr. Hall, you and me sitting right here, everything that we have done in our lives,
Yeah,
experienced,
and achieved.
achieved, suffered, all those things.
Yeah,
Are from that.
completely different trajectory if it had not been for that.
Because those folks at the time were so Christian,
Mhm.
so Catholic, right?
Yeah.
That they were willing to kill everyone
Had to.
spread the gospel.
Mhm.
The good news, Dr. Hall is what they call it.
Yeah.
The news is so good, they had to convert people by force.
Mm.
How good is your messaging? As somebody said this to me, how good is your messaging if it comes at the end of a sword?
I mean, hey, by hook or by crook, you can get this word.
Correct. So even if they convert, they would still forever be in slavery.
No other choice.
Converting to Christianity did not save you. Now, there was a brief moment. It was
Not
like,
for nothing.
it's a brief moment in history, in U.S. history, where that was a possibility, right? Which is why so many Africans flocked to convert, because there was a short period of colonial time
Or you might get some freedom.
where you might get some freedom if you converted.
Gotta do what you gotta do.
I would have did it.
Hey,
I would have.
It's why wouldn't you?
Dunk me under some water and give me some fake blood and body.
Hey, let's do it. Whatever.
I get to be free?
Yeah. Hey.
To your face, I am God's most faithful servant.
Hey.
Close my door, and I'm going back to my own practices, which
Yeah.
is what ends up happening.
Yeah,
Right?
I mean that's how we get the Santiago.
Santeria and all, right?
Right. Because I mean, I don't want to give up all these practices, but I'll say it's a saint. Let's call them saints, and then we'll just.
I don't want to go my ring shout.
Right. I gotta light my candles. I'm sorry,
but I'll say it's for Jesus.
Yeah.
Just saying.
Hey.
So essentially, he comes. So Pope Leo, Chi-Town's finest.
Hey.
They
say Shot City.
Comes along, but he's not the first, right? So in 1992, John Paul II apologized for the role of Christians in slavery. There were some speeches he gave in Cameroon and Senegal, and he asked for pardon on behalf of the men belonging to Christian nations. And he called for God's forgiveness from the sin of slavery. And he said, in which some baptized people took part without living out their faith. So he was acknowledging in 1992 that there were people who called themselves Christian who were enslaving people, and that was wrong.
Yeah. Hundreds of years ago.
But he didn't blame the church for that.
No.
He just said it was an individual man issue. Like, that ain't what we about. That was their choice. They did that. They used God's name. It was messed up.
Yeah. I mean,
but
sorry for them.
It's not us.
Sorry for them. That wasn't me though.
Okay. And I want people to know, so if the dumb divorce came out in 1452, it was not until 1839. Dr. Hall, do that math real quick while I'm talking. It was not until 1839 that Pope Gregory the 16th called the slave trade inhuman and unworthy of the Christian name. Dr. Hall, how many, did you figure out how 1839
380 years.
1450. How much?
380 years.
330 years? 80 years?
380 years.
380 years. Very close to Malcolm X 400. Man, we knew what he was talking about. 400, right? Almost 400 years later is when they say,
oh, I got that wrong.
Oh, you got it wrong? Oh, Jesus Christ.
I did 1832.
It was 1839 minus 1452, Dr. Hall. That's
387 years. I'm sorry.
387.
I'm bad at math. I think that's been established.
I get
well
it.
Established.
Almost 400 years later.
Almost 400 years.
And so then we get in 1888, we get the encyclical from Pope Leo the 13th that it's about abolition of slavery. Okay.
Finally.
So finally. So a lot of people don't know that, while we talk about 1865 and Juneteenth and stuff like that here in the United States, slavery continued in many countries well beyond that, like legal slavery, right? Yes. And then even after the so-called abolition of slavery collectively around the world, it still continued, right? It continues to this day. Let's just be honest about that. But whatever, those are the stances that the Catholic Church has taken, right? Mm-hmm. So we get 1452, we get 1839, we get 1888, and then we get 1992. And now in 2026, we get, excuse me, you get the Pope saying that slavery constitutes a wound in Christian memory, one from which we cannot consider ourselves detached. And then he says, for this in the name of the church, not me,
the church,
for this in the name of the church, big C,
the whole
capital C.
Yeah.
I sincerely ask for pardon. That's
as a staff, record label, and as a crew. We ask for a pardon.
Dr. Hall, this is big.
It is big.
There are people who are saying it doesn't mean anything.
Well, I mean,
y'all hit the like button, please. Do hit the like button. Please hit the like button on your way.
It only took 573 years to
573 years
to finally say, "Hey, my bad."
But it's big.
It is.
It's big, right?
I think the people who will say it doesn't mean anything is, can you cash that check though? What is it? What do you do?
But again, why are you quantifying your ancestors' lives right in this moment? I'm sorry, it's giving big colonizer energy. People like, run me my check.
Yeah.
You can't even read the way your ancestors wanted you to read, but you're talking about run me my check.
Well, they would have some trouble reading these encyclicals. They're not light reading.
Niggas today cannot read the encyclical. But they want their check run. No, because mad people's like, well, I want my reparation. This one woman wrote this whole big response to me, and I could barely make it out.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to be an asshole, but like maybe third grade.
Oh.
But she knew enough to ask for a reparations check.
Hey.
And I'm just like, as much as y'all talk about your ancestors' wildest dreams, what have you done?
Are you
because them people was working sun up to sundown in blazing heat, being whips cracked on their back.
Yeah. Children taken from their beds.
Feet cut off, teeth extracted, skin cut off.
Yeah.
Sexual violation every day, having to bear these white ass babies that they weren't even allowed to feed.
Right.
Because they had to feed the white ass babies.
Yeah.
Yep.
I mean, but I'd like to think from the safety of my device, I'm resilient.
I struggle with this, Dr. Hall. First of all, reparations are never coming. I want people to give up the ghost.
I mean,
not in the way that people want them to. People want a check. Niggas want a check.
Right.
And that's culturally where we've been reduced to in the United States, right?
Yeah.
Run me my check.
Yeah. That's what matters. Money talks.
There's a song that I played in one of my classes by T.I. called 40 Acres and a Mule, and there's a verse there by Killer Mike. But there's another verse where the guy was just like, it talks about spending his reparation check on a handbag. And I was like, absolutely, that is exactly what niggas will do.
Oh, yeah,
they will go
right back
and
spend. They're going to get that money back.
It's going to go right back into the economy. So what are we doing? And this is not me being, as they get older, they get more conservative. No, this is me knowing exactly what that means. So instead of writing individual people checks, we need collective support within the communities. Yeah. If they're saying, we got, $10 trillion that's going to go to the descendants of those who were enslaved, that needs to be funding the schools, the colleges, libraries, community infrastructures, homes, those kinds of things.
Never let you have it.
Yeah.
Because why would they do that?
I do not trust niggas to get checks.
Yeah.
Because all they're going to do is put it right back and give it right back to the diamond jewelers.
I was going to say grills, shoes.
Grill, well, we're not going to talk about grills. I'm getting some grills done next week. But it's the black guy.
Yeah.
The black guy who makes them. I'm getting fitted for some grills this weekend.
Nice.
Thank you. I'm a hood bitch after all. Don't let the accent fool you.
There you go. There's a real nigga behind that phone.
I know, but that's what people are wanting when they're talking about reparations. And they were saying this, like, this apology doesn't matter. I just want, I want my check. And I'm like,
well, I mean, once again, people who, I remember when the riots happened in Cincinnati, way back in the 2000s, people were like, well, why would they riot? And it's like, well, you have a group of people who've never passed the civics exam, right? We had our state testing, and the numbers for Black people passing the civics exam specifically was abysmal. So it's like they don't understand how this system works. And so, yeah, if you make them mad enough, what else do they have but to riot? After a lifetime of being disenfranchised, that money spends. You are in survival mode. So promises and apologies are great, but I'd love some tangible reward.
That's what they talk about. What are the tangibles? The tangibles. Yeah. Well, the tangibles are supporting our cultural production, grants to arts programs, creating third spaces for our young people in our communities, all the ones that have already been stripped. Right. It looks like funding studies that are about us, like medical studies, legal studies, things that can help to fix the system that we're in. Again, we have 107 historically Black colleges and universities. All but 5 could really use some money right now. Sorry, come on. People give the same 5 schools money all the time. There's plenty. There's like scores of HBCUs that could use money. Okay. I remember when Bennett College was trying to raise just $5 million to stay, afloat, and could barely get anyone to support them. And that's when Jussie Smollett came and helped them meet their goals for that. But why couldn't Tyler Perry write a check for $5 million? He could have. It would have been 2 tears in a bucket for him. Right. So I want to see that kind of stuff happening. I want to see money into restoring our historical documents, help grandma find her birth certificate. Like, these are the kinds of things that I think are restorative and that have lasting impact, right? Give Black writers grants to tell stories, to tell Black stories. Give us historians grants to make sure that we can solidify and document these things. These things are all forms of reparation, because these are all things that we have been systematically denied over generations, right?
That's the way to create lasting change.
That's how you create lasting change, right? Pour some money into developing all of this land that we have in this country that goes uninhabited. Give the Black farmers money.
No.
Investment funds for the Black farmers, right? We have to think bigger, but we're thinking so individually, as you said, because one, the lack of civics knowledge, but also people are struggling and they can't think beyond themselves.
And, we've also been removed from the collectivist society, so you gotta go individual. What do I get?
Our psyche has the collective nature of our former psyche is gone. We do not have a collective consciousness. And that bothers me all the time, because it even shows up when we're discussing political stuff, right, Dr. Hall? This is not on the docket, but I want to segue into this.
Sure.
The last week, I would say, there's been an uproar within Black political spaces. And white folks been jumping in. That's what they're going to do anyway. But we're talking about people like Jasmine Crockett, Cori Bush, West. Right? That whole thing. We got to talk about that. I realized I hadn't put it on the doc. I was like, how do we have the show and not talk about that? Right? Why we not talk about my favorite person, Jasmine Crockett?
Yeah. Your favorite politician?
Love her. Oh.
To say you have a favorite politician, I kind of insulted you. I'm sorry.
Yeah, no, it's great.
Sure.
That's fine. Okay. So Jasmine Crockett was in St. Louis. Now, okay, Jasmine Crockett, she's from Texas. I gotta remind everybody she's from Texas. And she went to St. Louis, and I guess the St. Louis Dems had an event. They had a gala or whatever.
Of course. They always got.
She goes and she speaks to it, and she made a few stops while she was in St. Louis, but she goes to speak to it, and she gets announced by Wes Bellamy, an awful politician and plant, right? gets introduced. Somebody gets a photo of the two of them very close by the podium, and he posted on his social media and is talking about it. I should have pulled up. Let me pull it up. Instagram. So I'm gonna find his caption because I thought his caption was very political. Wait, is his name Wes Bellamy? Oh, it's Wesley Bell, right? What am I saying, Bellamy? I'm sorry. That's another brother. I shouldn't have said that. Rep Wesley Bell. Oh no, he's got a different account too.
Yeah, Jasmine Crockett actually grew up in Missouri.
Yes. Okay, that's what I thought. I thought that was something. Okay, wait, hold on. Because you know these politicians be having okay, Wes Bell for MO. Okay. And then here's the caption. It says, "It was an honor to welcome my friend and colleague at Jasmine for Us." Let me show this so that people can see it. I don't want people to think that I don't want people to think I'm making things up on this show, Dr. Hall. Okay.
Show the proof.
"It was an honor to welcome my friend and colleague at Jasmine for Us home to St. Louis Saturday night. Jasmine is one of the most effective fighters in Congress, and she had the St. Louis County Democrats gala fired up and ready for the fight ahead." Right now, you see the picture. She's smiling. You can see all 83 of her teeth. He's smiling. Looks like he's got his arm, about to embrace her, pulling her up to the stage. Dr. Hall, we know what the optics of this are. Right. We're not stupid, Dr. Hall.
No. I mean, they're on stage together in proximity.
Like, then everybody comes and it's like, oh, that's not an official endorsement.
I mean, you showed up as an event.
But you showed up at an event for, well, no, she goes on her rant. She's been going on a lot of rants. I was like, somebody take her phone.
She got time.
She got time because she ain't doing nothing.
Well,
because she lost. Damn.
I mean,
she didn't, and people were trying to talk about, oh, it was misogyny or whatever. No, that woman got well over 1 million votes. One, voter apathy, people didn't come out to vote. Two, she didn't have a ground game. I believe it was another sister that was on Don Lemon, and she was talking about the Dallas, excuse me, was it Dallas or Houston? One of them, whichever one Jasmine ain't from. That she didn't have a ground game. Tallarico had a ground game. She was like, how are you not, this is a majority Black district. Why don't you have a ground game?
Why don't
you have people canvassing, handing things out or whatever? So Jasmine's team kind of dropped the ball a bit in that regard. But she lost. She lost. It's okay.
Yeah.
But
hey, you lose.
But the reason why this was an issue is because Wesley was a AIPAC funded candidate who came in. Cori Bush was already representing this district. She was up for re-election. He comes in, he runs against her, right? And here's the thing, and people may not want to hear me say this, but why, as a Black person, are you going to run against another Black person unless that person is completely corrupt, completely harmful, completely messing things up? You know what I mean? Like, what motivates you to do that instead of throwing your support behind that person? Right? Right. But also patriarchy, misogyny, right? Leaning into the sexism of this, right? Because if Cori Bush was Corey and was a dude, do we think that he would have done this? I don't know. I'm not so sure.
I mean, he had the money behind him.
But why did he have the money? Because they wanted to unseat her. Why? Because she's a part of the squad, right? The so-called progressive squad. We're only like target. 4 of them, most of them. Some of okay. Rashida Tlaib is she don't give a fuck. I love her. Rashida Tlaib will call you a hoe to your face, and I love it.
Yeah. Big
AOC is establishment. Ayanna Pressley quietly does great things up in Massachusetts, and for her folks up there. Summer Lee just won again, right? Pennsylvania again, quietly making things happen, but very progressive, not compromising, right? Doesn't need all the razzle dazzle. She just, she does her job. Ilhan Omar has been under so many attacks. Her focus is shifted a bit lately. But again, these are folks that are all kind of a part of this group of these representatives that were coming in on some progressive stuff. And then Cori Bush comes in and she's like really a part of this and representing, particularly from the people of Ferguson, right? If we remember the Ferguson uprisings from, 2014, she's representing that. And one of the reasons why people love her so much and supported her so much is because she really is this voice of the people.
Right.
Now, again, nobody's perfect. There's been some things that she said that I've been like, but she's, again, politicians are going to be who they are, right? And then people are like, oh, she hasn't voted. If y'all look at the voting records of all these representatives, please knock it off. Yeah. Like they vote like y'all do.
Right. Burley.
Okay.
Burley.
So
Burley, show up.
It's whatever. Right.
Come on, push the button for me.
Right. So they, people now coming up with stuff to kind of defend Wesley, who got $8.5 million of AIPAC money was put into his, campaign so that he could unseat her. AIPAC did not care about no Wes Bell. They don't like him. They don't care about him. It was about getting him out. Oh, Jamal Bowman, also another one, right? Money was put in and he got ousted, right? He's a representative that got ousted, also kind of part of the, this squad already. But then there's Richie Torres up in the Bronx, who is a traitor to his core, deeply funded by AIPAC, right? And he gets to cook. So when people talk about this, we talk about AIPAC, we talk about their prioritizing Israel interests. What the hell does Israel have to do with Missouri? With the people of Ferguson, with the people of Lewis?
They just need power. They just need their people in.
Right. So then they go into these kinds of these races and these districts, and they pour money in to get these progressive people out of office because they know that they're the people who are not going to vote in their interests.
I mean, yeah.
and Wesley let himself be used as a pawn.
Well, yeah. Well,
against a black woman.
It's really validating when they tell you you're the one. And, once again, ego and patriarchy.
And so then he knows that people hate him because he's done some really foul stuff across the time. So he knows what the optics of this are. He knows that people are still upset that Jasmine didn't win and they're still riding for her and her neck rolling sassiness and they love her, sister black girl and all that stuff. He brings her in, posts this picture to try to curry favor.
Yeah. That's not the official picture. That's not typically the picture they would use for something like that.
This is my good friend and we just hanging out.
Yeah. It's way too casual for what those pictures usually are.
Right. And trying to create this, this is my girl. Like,
yeah.
You can choose me because this is my girl. She's on my side.
But also good politics is don't put yourself in rooms where you don't want to be used because that's politics.
Right. And so, and then they drop this video of her at a private event where she's telling his supporters and donors to vote for him. And people are like, well, that's not a real endorsement either. People are like, oh, she was just supporting her friend. There's so many ways you can support your friend in a room like that. That doesn't include telling them that he's the best choice and that you should vote for him, especially when you know that he's running against Cori Bush.
Right.
So she's been ranting and raving on, threads and stuff and just trying to defend herself, trying to and calling people losers and, saying that people are not smart enough to know what's going on and all these kinds of things. And
it's her brand.
It is her brand. And it's part of why she lost, right? There's only so much of that people want, especially remember we did our deep dive, we compared her with Tallarico and it's just aside from him being, a Christian white guy, they like him. He's likable.
He's speaking to the types of things he's speaking to actually solving their problems and not just fighting their enemies.
And he's nice. And I hate to say it that way, but because me, I don't give a damn. But I'm also not a politician, is why I'm not in politics. Yeah. I'm not going to smile and be all nice, fake nice.
It's not your thing.
You want to win, you gotta cozy up to the people because they don't read your website. They don't read your platform points. They have no idea that you and James Tallarico stood for pretty much the exact same thing down down the whole platform.
As we did in our deep dive.
It's the same thing.
He
They were running the same.
Yeah.
She was just, Trump got at me and they're all attacking me. So you need to vote for me and support me. And she's like, and then she comes later and she's like, well, I voted for this. I voted for that. So did he. Okay. So what's the difference here? But this was a thing. This was an optics thing. This was, and I just think that, again, just kind of exposing how messed up this all is. And so what that ends up transitioning into is this big conflict between so-called Black leftists and Black liberals, or people that they're calling Black liberals.
Yes.
Now, I don't think people are using either of these terms correctly, Dr. Hall. Dr. Hall, do you know the difference between a liberal and a leftist, Dr. Hall?
A liberal and a leftist.
Are you looking it up right now?
Huh?
Are you looking it up right now?
No, I was looking in my head for the difference.
Oh, okay. It's a big head.
Liberals are the leftists are the ones that are far left, and they get called socialists.
And the liberals are
the ones who
this is a test.
Oh no, I'm gonna fail the test. I did not know that.
You might get kicked off the show.
Oh no.
You gotta, Dr. Hall, what are we doing here?
What are we doing?
Go ahead and look it up. Anyway, I'll give the background while you're looking it up.
Yeah.
And you learn the difference between a liberal and a leftist. So there's a lot of hubbub because the 92 percenters,
your favorite people,
the 89 percenters, they are attacking Black leftists and accusing them, as they have been ever since Harris lost, of, they're the reason that Harris lost.
They're the reason that Harris lost.
Reason, it's all their fault. If they had just voted, blah, blah. And we started this show.
We did a deep dive on it. You didn't have the numbers.
We didn't have the numbers. If every single leftist and progressive or whatever voted, she still wouldn't have had the numbers. She still would have lost, right? Yeah. But they want to keep blaming.
It's easy to keep looking for blame.
Right. Instead of punching up. And so they started attacking some folks that they've deemed as leftists or people who have identified as leftists. And so it's become a thing. And so this one woman, and I'm not going to show the video because I think it was utterly violent, but she is calling for federal investigations of people like Imani and some others who have spoken, these are some left folk. Imani goes to places like Cuba and she's out there, giving out goods and things like that. She's doing good work, Muslim woman, right? And that's the other part of it. So attacking them, calling for the feds to get them. We've completely lost the plot here.
Yes.
How do you, as a Black woman, make a video calling on the feds to go after another Black woman?
Because you believe in a carceral system.
We are a carceral nation, and and Black people especially. You would think the people who endured centuries of enslavement that shaped the current carceral system that we have.
I need to appeal to an authority.
Would be the first to reject it.
Yeah.
But that's not
Black people aren't really leftist as a group, though.
No, absolutely not. They're barely liberal.
Barely liberal. Barely. Left.
That neoliberal Obama, Harris,
establishment,
Clyburn.
Yeah.
That Black
that
is a
kind
specific
of
Black, but it's also a majority Black.
Yes.
It's a majority Black. And it's interesting. One of the things I think I may end up doing a deep dive if I get some time off, Dr. Hall. And I should be taking vacations when I take time off. When I say I'm going to take time off, right? I should probably be trying to rest my brain. I should be rejuvenating. I should be doing things like getting massages and sipping green tea and laying on a hammock. But because of this mind that I have, I can't do it. So I think of a deep dive, and I want to go back and count as many times as I can that Kamala Harris referred and used Jesus. Right? Because she's married to a Jew, right? And I remember in my just vague recollection that she kind of leaned off of the Christian stuff.
She wasn't deep in it.
She
But
wasn't.
you can't let it
deep
go.
in it.
I mean, it's still America.
I mean, she's still talking, some things about God or whatever, but like,
yeah.
And that's unusual for a Black politician.
It is.
Because they know the power of the political power of the Black church mothers.
Yes.
So I found that interesting. Somebody write that down.
You might want to write it down.
Someone
remind her in the chat.
Yeah. So I'm going to read 5 books. She knows. I'll be in the hammock with my green tea. Like, I
just 5?
Because a deep dive means you start reading and then you jump to the next.
Yeah.
Because you got notes and you got to come back.
Yeah.
Look, Dr. Hall, I sit here with notes right in front of my desk all the time. I'm always writing notes. I'm always
leaving
sticking them on things.
Going wherever it goes.
Right.
We're just reading encyclicals on here, so we know.
I was reading encyclicals.
Huge nerd. You've been reading encyclicals all day, haven't you?
I was.
Mm-hmm.
But the thing with Pope Leo, I just want to touch on this real quick because
wrap it up.
David's trying to say that he's Black.
Oh yes, you did want to make sure that you pointed at the genealogy of Pope Leo. That is
yes, because he's not Black.
We like to find any Blackness wherever we can.
Hold on, I just want to watch this video real quick. Okay, hold on. Let me go to theater mode. Oh shit, that's not what I meant to do.
It's like when we called Clinton the first Black president.
Oh no, stop. Please. All right, let's share my screen. Pope Leo. Here we go. Is the sound on? Okay, yeah, the sound is on. All right. Hold on.
Robert Prevost's new job. Okay, let's now look at Leo XIV's mother's side. Before moving to Chicago, the Pope's maternal grandparents lived in New Orleans, where they were members of the Louisiana Creole community. The word Creole is generally used to refer to people with deep roots in this area that go back to the time before Louisiana became a part of the U.S. You see, prior to 1803, that whole area had been primarily French territory, although
Louisiana Purchase
ruled by Spain for a time. Over the years, a large portion of people living in French or Spanish Louisiana ended up being of mixed race, usually part French and part African, with perhaps some Spanish and or Native American as well. This is true of several of the Pope's ancestors on his mother's side, which we'll see. Let's start with this man here, Giacomo Martino. He was born in Genoa, Italy, but then immigrated to Louisiana sometime in the 1820s, where he met and married a Creole woman of mixed race. Together, they had a son named Jacques, Jacques being the French equivalent of Giacomo.
They didn't write down her
name. I just want to pause and say, it says a Creole woman of mixed race. That could be 5/8 white, 2/8 Native American, and 1/8 Black. I just want people to know because people hear Creole and they assume Black.
Right.
But not all Creole people are Black.
No.
A lot of Creole people were white.
Yes.
It's just a regional description. Okay?
And mix could mean a lot of things. It just meant she had one.
Also became Martinez, which was more common in the Americas. Both Jacques Martinez and his wife, Marie Ramos, are listed in documents as being mulatto or mulatta, words meaning of mixed race. But take note that in the U.S. at the time, any person that was at least 1/8 Black was considered to be a person of color. So it's hard to know exactly how much African descent each one of them had.
Exactly. So people were like, oh, the document said that they were Black, that they were colored. Please. Dr. Hall, how many times I gotta tell people this? If he's Black and I'm white,
he might just be.
Because my lineage is much closer. But I'm not white. I'm Black.
Not by U.S. standards.
No, I'm not white because of my culture.
Yes.
I'm Black.
I mean, it's all made up.
I show up in my full Blackness.
Yes.
Okay. All right. I did my genealogy. It was funny. I was like, well, I got only 3 of the 8 of them are actually niggas.
Wait, am I? I think I'm 1/8.
I was like, we're talking about the 8.
Yeah.
only about 3 of them.
Yeah.
I was like, but it doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter.
The only thing it does is give me this redness, and this very fine hair, which is why
He's aren't always
because that's the only thing that it does. Who I am is right here.
Yeah.
And he made very clear that while he acknowledges that there's a history of this,
somewhere up there,
he's not Black.
No.
And I think that was the responsible thing for him to do. He wasn't saying it like I'm rejecting that. It's just irresponsible for me to claim being Black when I was not raised that way.
Yeah.
Right. And it gets in because I mean, this one woman is just going around just arguing. He was Haitian Creole, blah, blah, blah. They found that the person that they've been saying was born in Haiti was born in Santo Domingo in the Dominican Republic. So why are you saying that he was born in Haiti? Like, come on, because the records are not necessarily clear, but Skip Gates went and found, and then on his mama's side, one of his aunts, I think it was like his great grandmother or whatever, was enslaved and then achieved manumission and then turned around and bought people because she bought land and bought people to work her land. It wasn't, I'm buying my sister to make sure that my sister's free. It's like, no, I'm about to go purchase some niggas off the block and they're going to come work on my land. So,
hey, let's get this work.
What are y'all claiming?
And once again, it's an emotional argument because they need that little bit of authority in the timeline.
But what? So, Dr. Hall, my question is, when we know the Catholic Church is probably the most corrupt entity in the known world,
I mean, we just showed,
and he's the leader of it.
Yeah.
Why are Black people so quick to want to claim some of the most messed up things and put a Black on it, put a black spin on it?
They got the power.
Like, I'm just like, they did. I mean, again, they're going back to the whole Black president thing. It's just like,
I'd like some proximity to power, please.
It's just like, why are we celebrating a Black person becoming president of the United States when it's one of the most devastating empires in the world?
Yeah.
Like, I was just thinking, because, we just had Memorial Day yesterday, and I was like thinking about it, and like, Memorial Day, and they're like, well, Memorial Day exists because of Black people. And I'm just like, okay, I get it. But also, what are we memorializing? Imperialism? Violence? Terror?
What did the slave as the 4th of July?
Right. And I'm like, whatever. It's a touchy subject, right? With Black people joining the military and losing their lives in combat, because you should have never been there. But
yeah. Hey, it was one of the only options for upper mobility for so long.
Right?
And for some people, it is a smart choice.
Everybody has a choice.
There is always a choice.
There's always a choice. Unfortunately, we don't believe that we have a choice in a capitalist system, because
they create false choices.
If you want to eat, if you want to live, you have to have money, right?
Yeah. Gotta compromise something.
But the choice is always, right? You can starve or you can do this job.
Yeah.
And so when people say you don't have a choice, and like, no, you do, because there are many people that have chosen to starve instead of participate in kinds of violent things or evil things or whatever. They're like, that's what I'm like, almost like a martyr. It's like, I would rather die than to uphold this, right? All right, Dr. Hall, I want to take it international. Can I do that? Because this has been an interesting thing. I don't know how many people know that, well, if you follow me, I've talked about it. In South Africa, there's a lot going on.
So much.
I want to share this video. Let me open this video. Let's see.
Anymore to stay here.
Hold on, let's go.
Most of us are shutting down because it's not safe anymore to stay here. police harass people every blessed day. Even when you have documents, it's also a problem because with your face, once you don't look like one of the South Africans, it's a problem for you. So people are scared. I have 3 kids. My kids have been bullied in school. I have to be the one comforting them. Some people, knowledge, even when they show them the paper, they say, why are you here? You must go back. My status is legal.
All right, I'm gonna switch to this one.
Okay.
Hold on. So I just want people to get the sense of the.
We grew up in an apartheid time where things were much better than what it is now.
This is mob justice.
I hate foreigners and the government is doing nothing.
This is vigilantism.
You're not vigilant. We must be realistic here that most of the problems that we have are caused by the influx of foreign nationals.
We are coming for you.
Okay, and then one more.
One more.
Just because I'm.
With all with Nigerians and all with the Pakistanians, with all with Nigerians and all illegal immigrants in this country.
These protesters say they're declaring war on illegal immigration and want to take their complaints right to the doorsteps of embassies across Pretoria. So protests like these have been springing up across South Africa in major cities like Pretoria, Johannesburg, Mthatha, and Durban. This particular protest has been led to the Somali embassy in Pretoria. And the protesters here plan to raise issue with the Somali government about activities of their citizens in the country. The group, who are wearing Zulu traditional dress, initially sat down before the embassy gate saying they want to show respect. They demanded answers on a range of issues, from crime to illegal immigration. But things got tense when they were unhappy with the answers from the Somali representatives. The group say they've given undocumented immigrants until the end of June to leave South Africa. They don't have any legal standing to make this demand.
Sithi ngomhla ka-30 June usuku lokugcina sikhuluma nomuntu sithi hamba uye ngakini ngoba thina siyobe sesiqala imisebenzi yethu yangaphakathi ezweni so ka asifuni ukushayisana nomuntu.
Many of the issues being raised by anti-immigration protesters have to do with South Africa's struggling economy, high crime, and the unemployment.
Okay. So, all right. So I'm trying to give different perspectives, right? Julius Malema gave a really powerful speech on this, basically like calling out his people, like, what are you doing? Right. And so this has been called, like some people are calling it Afrophobia, not xenophobia, right? And I remember I watched this video. I'm not going to play it, it's because it's long, but I watched this video of a white Afrikaner. So, he's a descendant of the colonizers. He said, they're not trying to get rid of me. He's like, if it was about xenophobia, right? My people are not from here. They would want to be getting rid of me. He is like, I'm seeing them want to get rid of Ghanaians and Somali and Nigerians and, Tanzanians and things like that. Like they want to get rid of those folks. And it's like, where is that coming from, right? If the issue is the economy, they say 8 million young South Africans don't have jobs, but there's only 3 million immigrants there. So if you got rid of all the immigrants, you're still not going to have 8 million people get jobs, right? So part of the issue is, and as Malema was saying, and those who don't know who Julius Malema is, he is a far left, radical Pan-African activist. I mean, in the lineage of Kwame Nkrumah, Thomas Sankara, folks like that, Kwame Ture, and all of our like really radical like
right heavy hitters,
folks, heavy hitters. Like I would put him up there with Huey, right? Like with those folks, right? So he's coming out and he's just like, why are you directing your anger towards other Africans? Okay. Right. The Boers, the colonizers, came into Africa and divided this country up, this continent up, creating these false like borders and imposed them on us, forced us to absorb that, to learn their language, to have their currency, to take on their government style, to everything. Right. And now we're fighting each other over these fabricated borders. We're fighting other African people.
Right.
Why? Right. And so when I first talked about this, because people know, like me studying Africology, like I've been Pan-African since I was a little kid. So that's number one. Always been that. I grew up in the 90s where the conscious rappers were always about, the
Pan-African. We all had African medallions.
We all had that. We had the African medallions. Everything was, that's who we are and who I continue to be. Right. If you pay attention to anything that I do, you know this. Right. So for people to come and tell me that I shouldn't be talking about because I don't know what I'm talking about. And it's like, well, you should come. I've been to South Africa. What are you talking about? I've never come there. I've never been there. If you've never been here, I've been to South Africa. It's actually one of my favorite places to visit. And it's one of the places that I said, if I left the United States and moved to the continent, South Africa's top on the list because of their support of queer people. Like so many African nations are antagonistic against queer people, so no, South Africa is dope. They've got good schools over there, like the whole shebang. But yes, I recognize they are also dealing with a lot of economic issues. I went over there. I took $1,000 for a week to spend. I spent maybe $350 of it. And that included just randomly giving money away to people on the street. So the value of the rand, I get it. They're having those issues, but they sound like MAGA, right? So these people have swarmed my replies. Like they have swarmed my replies and talking about how these foreigners need to leave. They're taking all the jobs. They're bringing all the crime. And it's like, I'm sorry, South Africa has the highest rate of femicide in the world. It's not the Nigerians and Ghanaians that are doing that.
Right.
It's been like this for a long time. Like I've been listening to the South African women activists talking about this for well over a decade.
Yeah.
So it's not adding up. Right. But they do sound like MAGA here that blames folks from below our southern border that come and say, oh, they're coming, they're taking our jobs, they're doing this. Well, you know what? They've all but stopped immigration into this country and you still can't find a job. Your wages haven't gone up. Price of gas has, price of groceries has, but the immigrants are not the problem. And I was, one of the other stories we had is like Trump is saying now, people that are applying for green cards can't stay here. They have to go home.
Yes, and apply from home, which is crazy.
Which is absolutely insane, right?
It's absolutely insane.
If you are escaping, tyranny and seeking asylum, now you got to go back to apply for a green card. Is that what
you're here already?
Yeah, if you're already here, you have to leave.
You gotta leave.
You've been here
in the middle
all
of
these
studies,
years.
if you're in the middle of working in this country,
you're paying taxes, contributing to the economy, kids in
ways that you don't
school.
fully benefit.
Right.
You might have families. You might have, you know what I mean? Like family here. You're probably.
Look what I got.
Oh, hey, you got a table fan. There you go.
Right now.
I was gonna send you one if you didn't get one.
No, I got one.
Okay.
I got one.
So we're good. We're good.
So we're good. I just don't know if it's affecting the mic. Can you hear it on the mic?
Oh, I couldn't hear it at all.
Okay, great. But anyway, so it's not the immigrants.
No, it's never the immigrants.
It's never the immigrants.
It's always the thing politicians point to so they don't have to actually solve problems.
And it is your corrupt government. It is your government abusing, misusing funds, mishandling, not governing properly.
Right.
And you have an economy that is struggling. Okay, that's
Right.
not because of the immigrants. Now, do some people come and commit crimes? Yeah, that's the human condition. But they are not able to. They're not able to prove that the majority of their experiences as disenfranchised South Africans are coming from the Ghanaians and the Nigerians and the Somali people or Pakistani or whatever. That's what they're being told by.
Just like we're being told that the people coming from the southern borders are our biggest problems, and if we get rid of those people, the jobs would come flooding back somehow.
And this is all really interesting in light of the report that just came out that they said, I think this is a hyperbolic number, but it's close. It's like all but 20 people that were granted political asylum since Trump has been back in office have been from South Africa, white people from South Africa, who are not facing genocide. He was lying and saying that there's a white genocide going on, right?
Right.
And so they allow those people to come. I think one was killed. At least one was killed already. I think people started moving back because they came here seeking refugee status.
The US is expensive.
The U.S. is expensive. They were only giving them like $2,000 a family or something like that. They were living in homeless shelters and hotels and things like that. They weren't able to.
It's hard living over here.
It's hard living. They thought it was going to be easier. They thought they were going to get more support from the government. And it's like, yeah, no, our government doesn't take care of its own people. Why did you think he was going to come here and they was going to take care of you?
Our government lies.
So people started moving back, right? But the fact that political asylum has been primarily, overwhelmingly granted to white South Africans, and juxtapose this to this idea of these people being Afrophobic. And it's like, where's the smoke for these white people?
Never smoke for white people.
Where's the smoke for these white people? And so Vic Mensa had made a video about it, and they were flooding his comments. I call him "Make South Africa Great Again," the Masaga.
Right.
I've been calling him Masaga. They have flooded his comments. They were flooding mine. They were like screenshotting my stuff and making all these comments. And I'm looking at them and I'm like, y'all are full of shit. And again, the U.S. is one thing because I don't believe in borders, but on the continent of Africa, knowing the history of how these colonizers came in, Berlin Conference, all this stuff. Again, the man is apologizing for slavery because they gave Portugal the right to go in and to break. That's why, listen, that's why we have Angola and Madagascar, and Cape Verde, and all these other things, because of the Portuguese going in and just grabbing whatever they wanted, and then the French coming in. Right, the French coming in, the British, the Dutch, right? Like all coming in.
Yeah.
And you have smoke for other Africans? People who look like you, people who like share similar cultural customs and things like that. Like,
I have access to them. I see them every day. I can resent them.
I just don't understand it. But I mean, and so the thing is that, like, the irony of it is that it's South Africans and Nigerians, which are two groups that other people always say kind of are like almost like the black bourgeoisie of the continent, right? Like there's always a lot of smoke for Nigerians. And I think a part of it is because of how much access Nigerians have had to the UK and the US, right? And being able to come and get educations and, kind of assimilate into the US and to the UK. And so I think a lot of people, I think a lot of people look at them that way, but also like, Nigeria just banned learning and teaching indigenous language to its children. They are extremely Christian. It's crazy.
Yes,
like it's really ugly, actually. So I understand why they get the smoke. You know what I mean? Especially when they come online with their wigs 4 inches up above their heads, talking about the blood of Jesus and I love Jesus. Okay. Like, knock it off, please. Yes, they banned the teaching of indigenous languages, right? And people saying it smells like the CIA. Absolutely, it smells like the CIA. Are you kidding me? Like, the United States has a vested interest in maintaining turmoil on the continent of Africa, the same way the United States claims that they want to go into Nigeria because there's Nigerian Christians being killed, when every other story we're hearing is about Muslim Nigerians that are being killed. And where's all of that?
You need a good persecution story. The Christians love their persecution.
And it really is just because they want the oil. And the thing that's cool about South Africa is that they're on that southern coast, which is a good stopping point and a port. And it's really, people should, this is a sidebar, but it'd be really great if people were interested in a deep dive to kind of look at how American music got to South Africa and the exchange that was happening there. Robin Kelly actually writes about that. It's really interesting. A lot of people say, Black Americans think they're the center of the world. I mean, because culturally they are, but also there's been an exchange that has happened, how music got there. Like even, Fela Kuti, who gives us Afrobeat, like he brings funk and jazz, and these are American products, but they're all African. And that's the whole point, is that we are all African. And still seeing people saying today, I'm not African, I'm Black American. No, there's no Black without being African, you dumbass. Like, what are we talking about? Like, we have a unique, no, you don't have unique shit, actually. And that's the ignorance of it, is that, no, the only thing that's unique is the intervention of American whiteness, because everything else is African. And all the changes and adaptations you've made have been adaptations to this false sense of American white supremacy. That's how you've tweaked your culture. Because if you extract whiteness from the so-called Black American experience, you're back to being African.
Right.
And people don't want to think about that. Your shady toddler says hi. Hi, toddler.
Hi, shady toddler.
We love you. Hey, baby. Yeah. And that's the thing. It's like, so it's very hard for me to have these conversations with people, because I'm like, you don't even understand the constructions of race and culture. And
once again, they're just parroting online.
They're parroting whatever they see.
They're parroting what they see online.
Yeah.
And so it's not a serious conversation. They're not there to debate the idea. They just want to reinforce an idea that they heard vaguely in somebody else's.
They're like, I'm Black American. That is so different. What's different about it? Name one. I want to be different. I'd like to be. Name something that you do as a Black American.
I'd like to be special.
That I can't point to being African.
I don't know anything about Africa, but I know about Black America.
And what gets me is how people cling to the American part of it. It's embarrassing. Like, why are you?
I don't know anything else. That's all I know.
It's ridiculous. It
was all he had.
I don't like it. Like I'm
don't.
sorry. I know you sound like a little kid now. I'm like, I don't like that.
Every time we loop back around to it, you just express your dislike. So
I'm so like not happy.
No, I'm sorry.
Do we have anything else to talk about?
I mean, we've covered a lot.
I think that was it.
Yeah, I am very frustrated. I was very angry online today because I've had to console more than one international student and or worker because of the green card thing. Because it's it's terrifying. I feel like, I hope that one day, I know it will never happen, but those people who are so callous, your Stephen Miller and whatnot, will one day have to sit with what they're doing to people, with families, with loved ones who are terrorized by these policies. Because they're trying to scare them. They're trying to get them out of this country, make them want to leave voluntarily, or terrorize them out. And that's not the way you treat people. That's not what America was built on, even though it was built on war and whatever. But it was a bunch of immigrants who said, let's try and build a country. We just prefer the white ones.
Were the Africans immigrants?
Were
the Africans immigrants? Is this you being light skinned again?
Thank you. Yes. No. Hate that guy.
Oh my gosh! But I don't get it. I don't get it. I don't get it.
I'm frustrated being a person who has to do cleanup, right? For what I do as a job, it's there are a lot of people who've been consistently terrorized by ICE, by these policies, and it's I'm out here trying to clean up the mess of an administration that does not care, and that's frustrating to live in a system that does not care. And they sleep well at night, not knowing how scared and frustrated and overwhelmed people feel, and helpless people feel every day.
Every day. right? And I'm really frustrated that there was a whole thing about the voting and stuff like that, and I'm just like, we talk about voting, but you niggas don't vote. So what are we protecting? I mean, I get it. Like theoretically, we protect that. Okay, cool. So now we're talking about ICE. There was a whole big thing up in Newark with the ICE detention center, and you know, and we've got a representative who is pregnant, very heavily pregnant Black woman, you know, facing jail time for sticking up for ICE detainees. You know. But Chris Brown gets a fake
honorary doctorates.
Honorary.
I just want to focus on
doctors. I don't want to focus on that. I just think it's stupid. But I will say this.
It is stupid. I know. I'm saying that's something that's a collective public.
So everybody's been talking about that. Like they were talking about that for the whole weekend, and it's just like, okay, I get it, but also
there's really stuff happening.
They just released a report saying that they were raping people on the flotilla that went to give people food in Gaza. Like, I know we can hold space for a lot of things, but I'm really concerned about what we prioritize.
Yeah, what gets
in this moment.
Once again, algorithms, man. We're fighting algorithms.
Dr. Hall, I'm sorry. I don't think it's just algorithms, though. Like that's part of it. But I'm talking about what people are willing to focus on or focus their energy on. And some people could say, okay, it's escapism, it's whatever. Yeah. But how far are you going to escape? Like, how disconnected do you want to be from the reality of what is going on in the world? Like, when I create this community and when I talk, I'm like, y'all, we are cooked. I was talking about the climate last week. Like, y'all, please start paying attention to this climate shit. I mean, we should have been paying attention to it 20 years ago, but like, we really, Dr. Hall, it's 2026. It's 2026. Yeah. They said we had until 2030 to turn this around. They said this. I remember when I was in my 20s, they said we got until 2030 to turn this around. Right. And I'm thinking, wow, we actually may be able to have a chance. No, it's 2026 now, Dr. Hall. It's coming, and we are no closer. We're actually further away because, you know, people like Trump and the far-right extremist leaders across the world, right? Like, they're taking us backwards to fill their own, you know, dollars. I was just listening this Sunday because I love the Sunday news shows, and they said, you know, they're saying, like, the Trump presidency is the most economically corrupt presidency in the history of our country.
Yeah.
The man makes stock trades based on his own directives. He's literally like manipulating the market.
Like, hey, do it today. Buy now because I'm about to pull some bullshit. Yeah.
And then he puts it in his family's name so that it's not him actually doing it. Like we talked about this a little bit last time, but it's just like, this is the shit that's important. He is destroying lives. He is manipulating the market. He is taking the economy so that he could put a bet in.
I wish there were rules. I wish there
as a gambler, as somebody who is in recovery from gambling, I'm just like, no, y'all know, I know a gambler when I see one. This is a problem. He has gambled on all his businesses too. And I'm like, I want people to start looking at Donald Trump as having a gambling problem because he takes other people's money. He hedges bets on really bad odds. And he does it every single time with his businesses. He's not even a smart gambler. I'm actually a smart gambler. I know when to walk away. I always have. I've never been in a place where I'm like, yeah, I got to sell my house and have an indecent proposal. Right. No. So when I don't want people to think when I say I'm in recovery that it was something that was somehow damaging my life. It was just something that I just decided to stop doing. But it was my other income for a very long time, you know? But again, kind of recognizing a gambler with a problem when I see one, right?
Yes.
And this is him. And so now this is like his final table, the World Series of Poker, and he's playing with the US money.
Yes.
And the world economy even.
Bet the mint. Yeah.
Because people around the world, like businesses, economies around the world are walking on eggshells every day tiptoeing,
day,
waiting to see
waiting for some new insanity.
what is he going to post online that may destroy my country?
Right.
Like Lesotho, when he said that shit about Lesotho, they were just like, we don't know if we're going to recover from this. One small statement about Lesotho not being a country that anybody cares about or that we can find.
Right. Why am I in it? Yeah.
Tanks their economy. And I'm just like, this is devastating.
Yeah.
So this is what he's doing. And it's just so that his family name can possibly be restored because of his own personal family trauma, growing up with a father who constantly told him he wasn't shit, wasn't going to be shit. And a mother who absolutely hated him, and growing up feeling the need that I got to prove that I'm worthy of love. And he's still trying to prove that he's worthy of love, which is why when he gets around other men that he admires, men that he thinks are strong, he kind of takes that submissive daddy position. Like, that's daddy. That's maybe if I could get this guy to acknowledge that I'm good, then maybe somebody will finally think that I did a good thing.
I believe in myself. Yeah.
But it's not happening because he's not doing good things, because he has just been a complete screw up his entire life. Exactly. And we're all paying for this, and not just people in the US, people around the world.
Yes.
And that's what gets me. It's like I'm not America centered. I don't give a damn about this country. I really don't. The American identity.
Those who are supposed to stop him don't do anything.
That's why I say, look, I'm black, and I say I'm black as a politically unifying term to encompass all the people of the African diaspora. That's who I am. If I need to be technical, because we need to make some delineations, whatever, academically, I'll say African American or Afro American. But I'm black. I'm African. That's it. So I have no allegiance to this nonsense and this imperialist nation and this gang and this terrorist weaponized empire. Absolutely. That's what makes you leftist. There's too much racism and sexism in the left. In the left movement. So the white leftists, though, everything is class solidarity, and they want to ignore race. And then the black male leftists, they come and they look at the white guys. It's like, you can't forget race. And then people like me come, y'all can't forget gender. But they always forget gender because they don't care. Because Fanon didn't care. Fanon is their God. He didn't care about gender. He actually said a lot of disparaging things about black women, but and just gender and you know, whatever. But you know, that, so they don't care about gender. So no, the leftist movements, the leftist spaces are all like corrupt, and most of them smell. They're like, I mean, they're the so-called nerdy left, whatever, the bearded Williamsburg bros and the anime gamer black guys.
No, actually, a lot of them are right wing now. So there's that.
Oh, that's also that, right? So it's just really weird. Oh, you can go so far left, you end up on the right. They say that, right? And it's just really interesting to me. And I'm just like, yeah, shut up. So I don't have it in me. And then they want to try to challenge me. And I'm like, I just have to say, you're not smart enough to be in conversation with me. So I'm not going to go back and forth with you. They don't like when I say that, but that's my way to exit the conversation. Because why are we here?
Well, because we flattened communication. So now you can argue with the professor online on a random Tuesday because you had an opinion about something you read off of somebody else's thread. And people are just jerking their knees everywhere. I called it dopamine roulette the other day.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Everybody just getting up there and spinning the wheel.
The white people have found my posts about the Pope apologizing for slavery. I've got to now turn my comments off.
It happened so fast.
No, it took a few hours. I posted it yesterday, so they found it today, right? And now it's all, what about the Africans that sold themselves? And so, yeah. Somebody, were you the person who was collecting racist memorabilia to protect it from erasure? That's such a flattening of what I do as an archivist. God, this is the stuff that I'm talking about, Dr. Hall. Like, no, but it's stupid.
It is.
It's stupid. It is uninformed, ignorant stupidity. And I can't deal with it. And I'm just like, people wonder why, like, I'm so sometimes I seem abrasive or disconnected or what have you. It's because I'm tired of people who are not smart talking to me and wasting my time.
Yes. I heard a little birdie told me that you weren't going to be online much longer.
I'm not. This summer is it.
Mm.
I know. I'm gonna have to pack up the show.
The last days of Feminista Jones.
Yeah, and the show, because
we had a good run.
Yeah, so we'll go through the end of the summer.
I'll be
Dr.
right.
Hall, I don't have it. Like, people know where to find me though. Like those who
you'll be out there.
have been able to build community with me. Definitely subscribe to my Patreon, because that's probably where I'm going to be the most of the time. My online presence will be through my Patreon, and you can subscribe and pay, or you don't want to pay. If you don't want to pay, you're not going to get as much. You won't have as much access. But with the fact that you could subscribe for at least $1 a month, which is 25 cents a week, and I can't even get people to do that. I'm kind of jaded by that too, Dr. Hall. Like, it's frustrating. It's frustrating that people don't even deem me worthy of 25 cents a week. So yeah, I'm feeling a way about it. And as I am pivoting into the next stage of my life, you know, and my professor work and, you know, my research, and get back to writing and getting my books and stuff, all of this has to go. I no longer get much joy from it. I've met some really great people over the years. I've met folks recently, and that's been wonderful, but overall I actually hate it. So like, I hate what it's done to me. I hate who it's made me become in some ways. I don't like being angry. I don't like being frustrated all the time. I don't like being annoyed. That's not who I am. And that's why it's like, so I sometimes I just kind of look and I was like, I see why people may have certain ideas about me, because what I project is that kind of walled off person. But like, if you spend time with me, you know that I'm different, and you know that I'm not about all of this, and I don't like what this is making me become. I think it's taking a toll on my health, something that I want to focus more on, and it's just not worth it anymore. Like, I deleted my Twitter account so many years ago, and I was just like, I have nothing there. There's nothing for me.
Twitter's been successful for a long time though.
I know, but it's like, I don't want that. Like, I got rid of TikTok. TikTok is not on my phone. People keep sending me TikToks. I was like, how many times I got to tell y'all that I don't have TikTok on my phone. I don't use it anymore. Like, of course, every social media thing that came out, I had to claim my name, and I spent so many years doing that. And it's like, no, I'm not even claiming my name. You can have it, because I'll make it known that it's not me. I'm not. You can have the name. I mean, you can't have the name. It's trademarked. I'll sue you. But you know, I want to keep the trademark. But like, you know, I'm just not. I don't care anymore, Dr. Hall. I get it.
You've given so much.
I will be on Patreon. It is patreon.com/Feminista Jones, because somebody put that in the chat so other people can see it. And that's where I am. That's where I've been. I've been one of the early Patreon folks. Like, I've been on Patreon for a very long time.
You've been out here.
No, and I used to get a lot more support before then the pandemic happened. I understand a lot of people lost their jobs and they couldn't maintain it or whatever. But like, you know, again, if you can't give $1, everything that I give, and I hate to be that person, but like, no, I am frustrated. And that is part of why I'm leaving, because I do not feel that I'm appreciated in the ways that I should be. I do not feel like people try to completely erase me and my contributions to the work that we have been doing collectively over the years. Like, people claim shit that I created and come up with as theirs. They give other people credit. I'm tired of it. Somebody may be younger, they may be skinnier, they may be whatever it is. They want to give them credit for shit that I've done, or the men want to take credit for things, or they just steal from me and repurpose it. All these woke dudes y'all see out here, they stole their shit from me and other people. They're not that smart. They're not. But they're getting more of the speaking engagements now. They're the ones, you know, this whole podcast culture. I hate all of it. I hate it. I hate what is happening to us, Dr. Hall. We're collectively getting stupider, and people are okay with it. And that's not the part of humanity I want to be a part of. I don't. I have other things that I can be doing. I'm going to go teach the babies. I'm going to go educate. Better use of my time. I want to keep Sankofa Summer School going, because I think that it's a wonderful project, and it grows every year. But all of this daily interacting with strangers who do not respect my humanity and who feel like they are smart enough to be in conversation with me? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. And I know people
there
think
was a
that's
reason
arrogant.
you weren't, there's a reason people were in the ivory tower, and not to say that you have to be elitist, but like, it is hard when you are a person of intelligence to have these sort of daily rabble-rousing conversations
with people that are just not, they don't even know how to use the words that they're using.
Yeah.
They use the wrong words. They can't pull together articulate sentences.
Yeah.
They don't understand what nuance is. They can't take a joke. Like,
right.
And then I'm tired of people blaming
the joke.
They can't even see the joke. And then I'm tired of people blaming everything on autism. Shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
Like, it's not autism. And if you know you have the kind of autism that makes you talk to people stupid, maybe you should extract yourself from social media.
Yeah, but
it's like, why are you talking to people when you know that you're an asshole and that your autism makes you an asshole? Well, stop talking to people.
Yeah.
And then this whole idea, and this is my age showing, Dr. Hall, maybe you can relate, but this whole idea that people will come back when you establish a boundary. I'll say, please do not do this. Do not tag me in this. Please do not volunteer my services. The number of times people mention me to say, oh, Feminista Jones can help. Oh, check with Feminista Jones. She may have an answer. Are you fucking dumb? Like, why would you randomly volunteer the services, time, and labor of someone you've never met?
Yeah.
You don't know me. The parasocial relationships are actually stifling right now.
It's entitlement. Yeah.
Like, it's scary, Dr. Hall. Like, it's like I'm actually becoming very concerned about the way people have latched onto me.
Yeah.
And I feel like I have to sever that tie for them because this is not healthy. Yeah. There's no reason that for the last 3 years, you've been sending me DMs and videos and I've never once accepted it. You are in my what you call it, the filtered messages. You can tell Instagram lets you know when somebody has checked your messages. It never shows seen. But for the last 3 years, you have been sending me reels and messages. And just one side, I have never once responded. I've never even accepted it.
Yeah.
Times 20, Dr. Hall.
Wow.
That's not healthy.
It's not.
And I'm talking about it, and people are like, well, that's what social media is for. No, it's not.
That's not everybody's experience on social media.
That's not everybody's experience with social media.
It's hard to fathom it, actually, for most people.
Like, I can be having a conversation here. She's like, you got to protect my peace. I can be having a conversation on here with my good sis, just going back and forth. And then people will jump in. And I'm like, where's the social contract here? Like,
broken.
She and I are discussing something. Yeah, sure, we could take it to the text message, which is what I'm going to start doing. But we're talking about something related to Black women and blah, blah, whatever we're talking about. And you, person who does not know either one of us, is watching us have this exchange.
You
just decide to
gotta interject. I can't scroll on.
And I'm just wondering, like, why? And so I get people explain why. But for me, the fact that it's frustrating me like that, I need to extract myself. Because if so many people believe that this is normal, right? They'll respond and say, well, it's social media. You made a public statement. What do you think? I'm like, I didn't make I actually made a statement where I restricted who could reply, right? Turned off the notifications. You had to screenshot this in order for you to happen. That was not accessibility.
Yeah, that was going around your boundaries.
That was you crossing boundaries.
Right.
So if you mean to tell me that if I'm standing on the corner with my friend and we're having a conversation, you're just going to just slide in between us and just start talking?
Do what I want. Yeah.
This is very true. And it's been like this for years. And I actually I'm like beyond tired of it. Dr. Hall, the main reason why I went to not the main reason. The main reason I went and got my PhD is because I was bored. But part of it was boredom with this.
Yeah.
Right?
I mean, and you're a big nerd.
Yeah, also. But
you wanted to legitimize the nerddom.
I mean, the program was easy. But
brilliant.
But what I'm saying is that I began the pivot plan years ago. I saw the writing on the wall. I saw us descending into this. And then when ChatGPT came about halfway through my PhD program as I was teaching and I started getting students that were using it, I knew then. I said, oh, we are cooked. I've got to get out of whatever this
You've been
is.
rallying against the LLMs for some time.
Right. Like whatever this is, I need to get out of it. And I made a plan.
Yeah.
And I executed that plan. I started in fall of 2020. And now fall of 2026, I'm starting as a tenure track professor. I had a plan.
Congratulations.
Thank you. I had a plan. And I stuck to it. Even when it got hard and difficult, when I wasn't sure what was going to happen, I knew that the social media shit, all of this was not my end game. So, yeah, I'm absolutely.
I mean, once again, that speaks to your vision, to your resilience, to the fact that, you know, you're about what you say. And so when you say you're about something, you fully commit.
No, yeah. It used to be fun. It used to be fun. I listen, you want to talk about somebody who was on them AOL chat rooms every day, like built
DSL.
Community. We met up several times a year. We would just meet in different cities based off the people that we met there. Where's Kia? Kia's in here somewhere. Kia, the one who's always telling people to like right here. Kia, I've known Kia. God, Kia. I've known you. It's gotta be what, 30 years now? Almost 30 years now.
Jeez.
No, I would say about 25 years now. From AOL chat rooms.
Wow. That's a long time.
Like that's a long time. So it's not that we can't build the community and we can't make friends and things like this. Like I've known people, but it's not like that anymore.
It's not
right?
the same
We had a new generation entered that didn't have the same social engineering that we did. You know, social skills and all those kinds of things. And then we have the next generation, my son's generation, that was raised on this technology. So they definitely don't have any understanding of what life is like without it. And we're all in the same room.
Outside of it. Yeah.
Right. We're all in the same room. And I can't be in those rooms anymore.
Right. I think it's good that you recognize that.
Right. And the rooms that I can be in are with people like yourself. High-level thinkers, culturally conscious people, Afrocentric folks, people who read books, people who think about the world beyond themselves, people who are actually making a difference in the world, who are trying to contribute and help people. Like that's who I need to be in the rooms with. I can't do the rest of this. I can't.
You can't be in the rooms with everybody. People who can self-reflect, people who can tolerate nuance and ambivalence and ambiguity and actually sit with their thoughts without feeling like they gotta make some sort of declarative statement or parrot the ideas of others. You know, people who can have a healthy dialogue.
Yeah. And the thing is that I meet those people, I encounter those people on Threads. And there are some people that I'm just like, I would love to talk to them, but I don't have it anymore, Dr. Hall. There's a young woman who's in Spelman, and I'm so inspired by her. She's so smart. She's still young. She's got a lot to learn, but she's so smart. She's so bright. And she wrote this piece critiquing Spelman. And I just had to reach out to her. I found her on LinkedIn. Like I sent her a message, you know, and was like, this is who I am. And she was just like, oh my God, you know, like, and I think about that. I've had that, that experience with someone that I look up to, kind of like acknowledging my existence and whatever. But like, I see in her what the possibility for the future is, but she's facing more pushback than I ever did. And that scares me. Right. She's existing with far fewer peers than I did.
Right.
I can look at my peers. Some of my peers, like we always joke, the UPenn folks were like, y'all don't realize we all went to school together. Like somebody is going to write a book about the UPenn school of scholars, right? They're going to talk about like me and Mark Lamont Hill and Sadet Harry and Charles Davis and just a bunch of us that were there. Like Tanji Gilliam was there. Like so many people. Sean Crawley, like so many of us are from that
big names.
From that generation.
That cohort.
And people follow us and don't know we were all hanging on the benches together. We were all in school together. We were all like, you know, in those spaces, right? And so people be talking crazy. I'm like, no, these are the people I actually want to talk to. And guess what? I have their phone numbers, so I don't need to be here.
There you go. It ain't for everyone. The conversations ain't for everyone. And they weren't ever.
My homegirl, I know, and she responded. So I said, I don't know why you're doing this when you have my phone number. And I put it straight out like that. I was like, you have my phone number. Why are we going back? I don't want to do this here. I know we disagree, but I'm not doing this here. Not for these voyeuristic white gays. Absolutely not. I'm not going to
take it
let
offline.
them get their dick hard by watching two black women disagree. Absolutely not. Yes, Black Thought on Friday. Yes. Good to see you in the chat. It's a whole bunch of us.
Yeah.
It's the Boys College House conference room. Okay. Like the super block benches. Like this is this is who I want to talk to. I don't want to talk
It was an experience. Yeah.
So anyway, Dr. Hall, and you're welcome. And you know, I have some friends, and I have friends who didn't even go to grad school or anything like that, but they are smart. Like two of my best friends, they didn't go to grad school, but they're like intellectually curious. They read all the time. They study shit all the time. That's who I want to be around.
Right.
Not the person who is tricked by AI every single time.
Hey, people who be posting you AI summaries every time they have a response.
Not the people who won't even bother to click my profile to just read just a little bit to see if you could just learn a little bit more about me.
Why am I giving unsolicited advice to a person who says they don't like unsolicited advice?
I posted a picture a couple of weeks ago, and this woman who's been following me for years, she was just like, "Oh my God, I think this is the first time I've seen what you actually look like." Now I don't know if that was shade because I wasn't wearing any makeup or anything, so I don't know if that was shade or if she just really had no idea what I look like, and I just don't understand that. Dr. Hall, that's how I know people don't engage my work. There's no way you can tell me you don't know how I sound or you don't know how I look.
Because you're everywhere.
I'm everywhere.
All over the internet.
I have a website that has links to all the podcasts I've been on.
A YouTube channel.
Go to you. I have multiple YouTube channels, but also you can go to YouTube and type my name and type Feminista Jones Keynote, and many of them will pop up. Like, I make videos all the time.
All the time. Yeah.
How do you not know what I look like or sound like?
I mean, you know.
You just blindly follow people without even bothering looking into them. And then somebody responded the other day. They were like, "Yeah, but you need to learn a little bit about bystander intervention."
You need to learn about it.
I responded, "Who the fuck are you talking to?" I'm sorry, but again, understand these people are making me cuss. They're making me like that Bronx is coming out more than I wanted to at 47 years old. People are frustrating me to that point. And I know, and some of it is definitely ego, like how all the stuff that I've done and contributed to this world. And you just think that I'm just some random person on social media who happened to get a lot of followers because she's funny.
Yeah.
Remember that chick? I'm not even gonna say her name because she's totally off her rocker, and a lot of you follow her. But she's gonna say that I built my Threads following by talking about being sued by Chris Brown. And people who are mutuals with me, they let her say that and did not push back. People who have known me for years. This is the other thing that I'm tired of, Dr. Hall. There's no neutrality.
The lack of loyalty.
A friend to all is a friend to none. How do you sit there and watch someone say that I built my Threads following by talking about Chris Brown suing me when I wasn't legally allowed to talk about it? And then you watch her say that and you don't even push back and say that's not true. So there's a lot of people that I don't even really engage with much anymore because I'm looking at you sideways. I'm loyal to a fault, Dr. Hall. I'm in Aries. We are super loyal.
The whole thing. It's the whole thing.
You're going to sit there and watch another professor say that I pretend to be a professor to keep my name in their mouth over and over and over, and you don't say nothing? Like, that's not me, Dr. Hall. Again, I'm from the streets. We have a code. I'm in Aries. We have a code. I know what it means to be a loyal friend. I have a code. I don't understand how you just sit there and you don't even you don't even just say, wait a minute, that's not true. Or wait a minute, why are you talking about FJ like that? And then the people who have done that are people whose names I've never seen before, but they've been following me and rocking with me. And I go and I look and I see who's actually sticking up for me. I'm like, yo, you a real one. Because the folks who claim that they rock with me are real quiet right now. That chick went on a whole rant because I said I do not fuck with her. I said it. I'm going to say that really close. I said, stop tagging me and her in the same things. I do not like her. I do not respect her. I do not mess with her. And so she catches wind of this because obviously somebody screenshots, and she goes on this whole rant in which she says that I bully younger people, younger activists because of my ego. I don't want them having shine. You can have it. If you're going to do something, go ahead.
Right. Why do they need you in it?
But then to say that I built my platform by talking about Chris Brown, that's delusional and it's a lie. So how do you continue to find someone, follow someone, and support someone and defend someone who blatantly lies and you know it's a lie?
Yeah.
So those are the things, Dr. Hall, that I can't deal with anymore. I can't stand it. I can't be a part of it.
I can understand.
I don't live like that. I don't operate like that. And I'm not going to let this social media bullshit stress me out, because the thing is that I am from the streets and this does not stay online for me.
Well, yeah.
And these folks just need to hope that we're not in close proximity, because I'm not like that. Right. I'm not. People think that I'm thumb thugging. I'm like, nah, bro, I absolutely am not. And as I tell people, my foot is right next to a gun, right under my desk.
Yeah.
I don't play with these things. I'm an adult. Yeah. I'm 47. Yeah. I'm the last of Gen X. We were raised differently.
Yeah. Very different.
And I think a lot of these younger millennial helicopter parented people don't actually realize that we were raised very differently.
We're about it.
You know, I know you know your Appalachian ass.
Hey.
I know the West Virginia, that Ohio life was real. Hey. We don't get funk from Ohio from people being privileged. We don't get funk out of privilege. Funk is from the gut. Okay. Yeah. I'm just saying.
But I get it. And like I said, you've given so much through your, your scholarship, your writing, your social media presence. It's okay if you decide to put it down and protect yourself. I think you got to do what's best for you, and I think you've put enough out there. If you didn't produce another show or write another thing, you've given more than enough.
Yeah. So.
And no one can say that you haven't done enough.
Right. So I'll do the Tuesday shows throughout the summer. Sure. I'll be here. And then I'll have a goodbye show at the end of August. People can come together. We'll have a big farewell show. Hey. And I'm just tired, Dr. Hall.
No, take the time. You've earned it. You've earned the rest.
I don't want to be a part of this zeitgeist anymore. So
yeah, you're gonna do your Dr. Manhattan thing, and I'm tired of this planet and the people and their troubles.
All right, everybody. Thank you so much. I'm not even gonna do a send off. That was my send off. I love you all so very much, and I appreciate you for showing up and for supporting me. And oh wait, hold on. Somebody said, I think it takes a while for people to engage. I said something about your comment about Aries, and you said, did you read my profile? So I did it. Yeah, it's just a click of a profile. It doesn't. I was talking, I said something about, I was making a joke, said date canceled. He's an Aries. And I'm like, first of all, I didn't have no date set up with no fucking Aries. Are you kidding me? But anyway, I was just making a joke. It was a joke. It was a joke. A joke. Yeah. And people coming into my replies like defensive, angry, upset, like, what are you talking? I'm like, I replied to one person, like, I'm an Aries.
She's an Aries. Joke. Right.
And they were still not satisfied with that. And that's the stuff.
No. They got their blood upset by then.
I can't. You can't be. No.
Yeah.
No.
It's not for everyone.
I posted something about my nails are so short. I cut my nails down so short. This is the real misogyny. And somebody was like, "What? What are you talking about?" Shut up.
If you don't know, scroll on.
It's a joke. Well, it's not funny. No, it's not funny to you because you're stupid and you don't read books.
Well, it's an in-joke. The idea that we used to know what in-jokes were, and it's like, that joke ain't for me.
No. And Dr. Hall, the main thing, and I'm going to go. I'm really going to go this time.
Right, go ahead.
The people who complain about vague posting.
Yes.
Dr. Hall, we used to call them air tweets. This is how old this is. We used to call them air tweets. Yeah. You can tweet whatever you want. Like, that's the thing. People, and again, when you grow up entitled to everything, and when you grow up in a school system that spoon-fed you everything, you had to be spoon-fed everything. and given all the context, like you're not even allowed to decipher context because the schools wanted to make sure you could pass the test, and they knew that your dumbass wouldn't be able to pass the test unless they gave you the answers. So you never got the chance to develop understanding how to get context, and you never learned to mind your fucking business. So they complain. I hate when people vague post. What's the context? What's this about? Blah, blah, blah. You don't need to know it. You don't need to know it. And that's also because we don't have kids tables. And part of why we don't have kids tables is because we don't even have family tables, because families don't even eat dinner together. And so, and they don't really come together for the holidays like they once did. But there's no kids tables. When you did send a kid to go sit at the kids table to build community with children in an age appropriate way, but now they have the kids sitting on their laps at the bar. And we are allowing people who are not smart enough or old enough or wise enough to be in conversation with people that they don't need to be in. So when they come online, they're like, well, I need to know what this is about. I demand you tell me what this is about. And the fact that you wrote something that I don't understand, I take that as an offense and a personal slight.
Yeah.
Dr. Hall, understand, if I could, I would slap the shit out of all these people.
I believe you. I was just thinking as we were talking about it, like, those of us who grew up with a Dewey Decimal System, it's the idea that there was always friction between you and information. Like, you had to know what you're looking for, go find the piece of information that tells you where to find it, and then go to the stacks and find the information. Like, we're used to there being steps to information, and this generation is not.
It's not. And so, like, I'll post something, and I'm thinking to myself, okay, I just gave you everything you need to know to go research it.
Right.
And they'll be like, well, can you tell me what this is? No, the same amount of time it took you to say, can you tell me what this is? You could have typed what I wrote into a search engine and gotten some answers.
And gone down the rabbit hole just like you did, but they don't know how to do that.
So I see people complain about how other people vague post, and they get irate about it. Like, they will respond, they will argue with you for hours about how wrong you are for posting something that they don't understand.
Yeah.
Well, it's irresponsible for you to say something and call somebody a racist and not tell us who it is. I don't say you shit. Actually, I don't have to do anything but stay black and die.
Hey.
And also, we're losing idioms because of this fucking social media. I'm like, do the young people even say that anymore? I don't have to do anything but stay black and die.
I mean, some people do, but not the young people.
No, right. But that's what I'm saying. So we're losing language, and I hate to see it, and I don't want to be a part of it. So anyway, I love y'all. Be good. We've been here for a long time tonight. I got to go. Dr. Hall, you stayed late, and we really appreciate you for that.
I did.
I appreciate that you do take out the time to join us and do this. And I'm so glad that you became a part of the show. I've gotten to know you over this time behind the scenes. We've hung out, we conference and stuff like that. We've gotten to know each other very well, and I'm so glad that you're here. Definitely being my hype man, but also contributing occasional brilliant things, right? When I let you cook.
Yeah.
Today wasn't a day to let you cook.
No.
Okay. Well, maybe next time. Well, maybe if you contribute to the docket,
Yeah.
Right.
All right. It's been fun.
But I love y'all. I love you, everything. I know you're gonna miss the Tuesday nights, but maybe I'll figure something out for Patreon. Maybe I'll go live with Patreon folks, because Patreon does have a function where I can go live with them. But I'm not doing this for free anymore, Dr. Hall. I'm not pouring myself out in all these different ways. Streaming, typing, all this stuff, and then not even getting $25. Like, no, I can't do it anymore. That doesn't keep a roof over my head. But I love you all very much, and I will see you when I see you. Bye, y'all. See you next week.